selling real one Chevy.
Hey everyone, welcome to IJustWatched. It's your boy Joseph, and we're talking Jurassic World 3, aka Jurassic World Dominion, aka the sixth Jurassic Park film in the franchise. Jurassic World, to me, was a lot like New Hope. That's not it. Force Awakens. I apologize, there's a big fat difference between the two. It was like a Force Awakens. It was nostalgic. I love the fact that we actually got to see the park up and running, the attractions, the Shamu concept of feeding the giant dinosaur in the water. I looked up the name, but it had more than one syllable, and I was like, I'm not gonna try. I enjoyed it. The push of engines, use of genetic capabilities, and I enjoyed that. What happens when these dinosaurs get off the island and start to live amongst them? So that's what I always wanted to see. I wanted to see that version of the story. Like, okay, how would we transition as people, or how do we deal with it? Of course, there's always gonna be your black market of people buying, selling, trading, using, and abusing. So I enjoyed that idea they set up at the end. I liked the way they set up like the battle at Little Rock, which was like a short film they dropped for it, which is cool because you see a glimpse of it in the beginning of Dominion. And they finally also went into it because obviously we get Maisie, who is, as far as we knew, a clone. But then in this one, they dive into it because she's technically is a clone, but her original, instead of incubating her in like a tube, basically like self-inseminated using her own genes, and then changed those genes. Like she like dove, like she genetical powered, like deep, like she went in and like changed her genetics so her little clone slash baby wouldn't have the same disease that took her out. That was interesting to see. In this world, I think that would be a cool venture to take and kind of go down that idea of genetical. That's not right. That's why I'm not a scientist. Of genetics, and I like to see. I think that would be cool and interesting to go down that road. However, I am here for the dinosaurs. I am here for those big, beautiful sons of bitches. All right. So that being said, fuck that storyline. We're gonna focus on where it's at. I actually thought this movie was okay. Like it's not Jurassic Park by any means. It's better than the second one. I think it's an enjoyable summer flick. You go, you enjoy it, you see the big, beautiful dinosaurs. You get some nostalgia with the original three, meeting the new stars of the movies. The blend of the raptors that were like bred with the laser pointer, like, they didn't completely leave that just because it was, it wasn't loved or whatever. They, still kind of implemented it just enough to push the story forward. I loved the fact that it seemed like just the animals themselves over time were starting to evolve, and it felt like, yes, it's the end of a Jurassic era, but we're just gonna go into like the next technical era. I don't know what it's called. They might transition to that. They even talked about how certain creatures or animals, they were actually able to recreate to like 100% identical genome. I was like, okay, cool. So like, we might transition to that. I also thought this was neat, and it was like a small cameo. It's like at the end you see the original T-Rex from Jurassic Park with the original two T-Rexes from Jurassic Park The Lost World, which I know it's like apparently the worst of the original three, but I love that movie. But I was always like, because like they're parents, and I was like, where's their baby? I want to see the baby. You know how they always talk about how they only made females? I always had that question. So like, was one of those T-Rexes a male in Lost World? But that's besides the point. I'm just curious. I have questions. But I would actually like the fact that you see like the original T-Rex turn and go rawr, and then the other two like, what's up, rawr? And I was like, oh shit. That's like the first time y'all together. Like, y'all don't fight. Y'all are the same. Don't do it. Be a trio of T-Rexes. Where's the baby? It should be fully grown by now. One of those is probably the baby grown up. I didn't think about that till this moment. Also, I like that bird thingy who like swallowed the shit out of the deer, because it was like, that's my grass, my berries. I liked it. I enjoyed it for what it is. It's not something I'm gonna go back and watch over and over and over again, but I'm glad I watched it. I enjoyed it on the big screen, getting the roars, the motion, the vibration of the steps that you love. Seeing, the story come to a conclusion to now where, yes, they're on the mainland, but they're free and stuck. They're in the Great Valley. Literally in the Great Valley. They're in the Great Valley living a life. Alright, you got the sharp tooths, the spike tails, the ducky, like they live in over there. Blue and Beta, I love them with all my heart. They're beautiful, and I would kill for Beta. Beta is cutest. Dude, Maisie is like, here, some jelly toast, and Beta was like, delicious. I respect you and I love you now. I'm all over the place. I don't know. I can't really tell you the story. The story is that they make a shitty, stupid version of a locust that they lose control of, and it starts destroying the world's food source. And we got to stop it. And the new company is Biosyn, and it's run by an evil Steve Jobs looking motherfucker. He gets got in a horrible way, and we see the classic shaving cream can. I don't remember what it's called, but you know when he used to like. I want to hear your thoughts. Have you seen it? You're gonna see it if you haven't. Check it out. It's fun. It's a fun watch with the family. It's nothing, it's nothing crazy, but it's not meant to be. It's meant to be just a fun movie. I enjoyed it. Your thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, down below. Until next time, stay safe, be well. Adios.